Hello guys, how are you all? I'm good and hope that you all are doing great. Before I jump into the video, I'd like to apologize for not uploading any video after the first one as I promised. As of now, I am not making any promises, but I'll try my level best to upload at least one video a week. Also, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my first subscriber. Yay! Thank you for subscribing my channel. It means so much to me. And thank you for joining me on this ride. I'm super excited. So let's dive into the video, which is part two of VLOOKUP and error handling. So in part one, we discussed how to apply plain VLOOKUP, what is its limitation, what happens if we don't lock or freeze the data range in the VLOOKUP formula, and how to do the same. I mean, how to lock or freeze the data range in that formula. And we also discussed that when it is expected that VLOOKUP is supposed to show an error, that is, a formula is working absolutely fine, but something is missing in the data range itself. All right. So in part two, we'll discuss one more error handling scenario and how to apply VLOOKUP if the data is in the another tab. Okay. So while discussing this, I'm gonna show you two simple but very useful formulae. So all right, uh, let's begin. So so this is a scenario three, wherein we'll discuss how to handle the error which occurs due to the space, due to spacing. Okay. So here we have the employee data. In this table, we have employee number and employee name. Okay. Now, you want to pull employee name based on the employee number. Okay. So if you look at the data, prima facie, you can see that it is the same employee numbers. Even the sequence is same as it is. What's the problem? Let's apply the VLOOKUP. Okay, let's apply the VLOOKUP. Okay. So VLOOKUP tab, and what is our search key? It is here. So I'm selecting that, comma. What is the next syntax? It wants us to select the data range. So I'm selecting the data range, and with F4 or function F4, I'm locking this data range so that my results are in place and the data in range is not moving as I'm moving the formula, right? And the output, which is employee name, is in the second column. That's why the column number two. And I want the exact match, right? That's why zero. And close. Enter. Now I am copying this formula and pasting it here with its special formula only. Oh, what happened? We can see it is the same employee number, right? ST hyphen 10022, right? But why it is giving an error? So it is obvious that I have mentioned here that it is error due to space, right? So there must be some space, okay? So how do we identify? So shall we go and check everywhere if there is a space? Oh, here there is no space. Oh, here there is a space. Let me check down. There is no space here, but there is a space here. So you see, this is very time consuming and irritating as well to go and manually check every every cell, right? So let's so you remember in the beginning of the video, I told you that I'm gonna share with you Too simple but very useful formulae, right? So here you go. So how do we identify that there is a space? Okay. So take this normal one. There is no space here, right? There is no space at the end and there is no space in the beginning as well, right? No space, right? Now let's see how many characters are there in this cell. Okay. So we can count one, two, three, how many characters are there. But to get the exact character, we can simply apply a formula. And that's our number one formula equals to LEN, which is len, tab, and we want employee number, employee number len, okay, bracket close, enter, and control enter. So if you see 8, 11, so if you see here, 1022, you're getting my point. Here it is 11 because there is a space, right? Same is here. Wherever you see that, there has been error, so that's the reason. So how can we fix this spacing issue, right? How can we fix that? So there is another formula, very simple but very useful. So to remove such spaces, we can use the trim formula, okay? So equals to trim, all right, tab, and what we want to trim? We want to trim this one, right? Trim and bracket close and hit enter, okay? Now copy this and paste. All right. Now just copy these all, right? And paste special values only. We don't want the formula. Okay. This one is remaining. Let me copy and paste special values only. You see, we have all the employee names now. Okay. So, and you see the length has also changed to 8, uniform length everywhere, right? So it is not necessary that it has to be uniform length, but it is employee number. So usually they'll have the same length, okay, or may not be. But this is not the criteria though, that it should be of same length, okay? It can be of any length. It is just that I wanted to explain this error, how it happens due to space. And looking at the nature of the data, I chose the same length, okay? So we can now delete this and this as well. All right. Now moving on to scenario 4. Now here we have the employee numbers and employee country in which employee is working, right? But I want the employee name so that this table is complete, okay? And I can take this to my manager and I can show my manager, see that are some of the employees. I mean, these are the employees and they are working in these countries, right? So it is the same VLOOKUP. Okay, we don't have to do something extra. I mean, just one, actually, not even extra step. It is the same VLOOKUP formula. But sometimes people get confused because they are new to the Excel or Google Sheets. So they might get confused. That's why I thought of adding this. Okay, so equal to VLOOKUP. This is our search key, comma. Now, here in this tab, scenario 3, we have the employee name, right? So after selecting the search key, for selecting the range, my data is in scenario 3 tab. So I am clicking on scenario 3 Okay, you see, it is still on. Okay, now, and it is telling us your formula is in scenario 4 tab in V2 cell. Okay, now for data range, I'm selecting the data. All right, I am freezing the data with function F4 or simply with F4. The result is in column 2, which is employee name, hence 2. I want exact match, hence 0, bracket close, enter. See, and copy the formula and right click, paste special formula only. Now, here it is showing us an error. So we shall check why the error. Oh, you see the space issue. So let me just copy these, copy, and paste special values only. Voila. So we have the entire data at one place. So this is all for today. Stay tuned for more such videos. I'm planning a few things, uh, and I'll try my level best to upload at least one video a week. Thank you so much for your support. Uh, I'm hoping that more people will join me on this ride. Thank you. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye.